What's going on, guys? Welcome back. My name is Dustin, and last time we were here, what we did is we made it so that whenever we get hit by an enemy or take damage, we have this little flash animation going on here. Um, so what I want to do this time is I want to give our player the ability to actually fight back. So what I want to do is I want to set up some of those slash animations that we have in our character folder here. Um, so what I want to do is I want to um, open up our animation window here, and I'm going to create a couple new animations. We're going to create a new clip. We're going to make sure that we are in our animations folder on our player, and we're going to call this slash up. We're going to create another animation. We're going to do 4 altogether. We're going to say slash down. Create another one, call it slash right. And one more for slash left. So now what I want to do is in these slash sprite sheets, we should have already set all of this up over here. We should have set sprite mode to multiple, pixels per unit to 16, point no filter on the filter mode, and for the max size 256. We did that in, I believe, the very first video when we did the same thing to all of our walking animations. But we didn't actually break these up. I think I did this off camera, but just gonna go through really quick. No, we did. We broke all that up. Yeah. So what I want to do is let's start with our slash down, and we're gonna use this one right here. We're gonna select this top image here, hold shift, and select the bottom one, and just drag all of those into our timeline. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so we can see, just so that we have these 10 and 20 and 30 seconds in here, or tenths of a second, 20th of a second, I think is what it is. But anyways, I'm going to drag all of this out here just a little bit. I'm going to drag this last one to 20, and drag the last one, or the next one, to 15, drag this next one to 10, and this one right here will go to 5. And now if we just zoom in on our player in our scene view, we can go ahead and just hit play, and it'll just play that animation right there for us. So that looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and do the same thing with the next animation. We're going to do slash left. Let's scroll down and find our slash left, which is this guy right here. Select the top one, control or hold shift, select the bottom one, drag them all in, zoom in just a little bit, and pull these out some on the timeline. So 20, 15, I don't want to do 2 at a time, 10, and 5, and hit play. That looks good. And do slash right, which is this one right here. So select that top one, shift select the bottom one, drag them all in, and pull these guys out here just a little bit. Keep grabbing 2 at a time, but I don't want to. 20, 15, 10, and 5, and hit play. Perfect. And slash up. Let's find that one over here, which is this last one here. Select the top one, shift select the bottom one, drag them all in, zoom in just a little bit, and let's see, 20, 15, 10, and 5, hit play, and that looks good. Perfect. So now what I want to do is I want to go into our weapons, and we did not set any of this up, so I'm going to just go ahead and select all 4 of these. I'm going to change the sprite mode to multiple, pixels per unit to 16, filter mode is point no filter, and I'm going to change the max size to 512 and hit apply. Now we can go onto these individually and click the sprite editor, slice these up, grid by cell size is the type, and we're going to do this as 64 by 64 and hit slice, and we should have these 4 little images for our sword. So then we can hit apply there, move on to the next one, and do the same thing for all 4 of these here. Slice, 64 by 64, slice, apply, and the last one, 64 by 64, slice, and apply. So we're going to do something a little bit differently with this animator. Instead of dragging all of these in and creating individual animations for these, I'm actually going to put these on our player. So what I want to do is I'm going to right click on our player, we're going to create an empty object, and I'm going to change the name of this object to /up. I'm going to duplicate that, and change the name to /down, if I can get this to rename, /down, duplicate it again, change it to /right, and duplicate one more time, and say /left. So now what I want to do is I'm going to start with, since we have our /up animation right here already set, I'm going to go to our /up, and I'm going to drag each of these individually onto our /up here. Just like that. And 3 and 4. So now that we have all of these on our player, the position seems to be at a fairly random position. I want these to be zeroed out on our player, so I'm just going to highlight all 4 of these, change this X position to 0 and the Y position to 0. That way all 4 of them are directly on our player. We can't see them right now because they are behind the background, so we need to change our sorting layer to our player layer. And now we have all 4 of these. We can only really see one of them because they are all in the same spot. So if I just deactivate all 4 of these, or 3 of them, we have this first animation, we have our second animation, third, and fourth, just like that. So that's exactly what we want. I'm going to actually leave all of these deactivated because we're going to activate these in our animator. So now that we have /up taken care of, let's move on to /down. which is this one right here. No, not that one. Where's our slash down? This one right here, the first one. So let's open that up. Do the same thing here, slash down, drag the first one in, drag the second one in, third, and the last one. I'm going to highlight all of these. I'm going to set the sorting layer to the player layer, and I'm going to just reset the transform on those, like that. I'm going to go ahead and deactivate all four, and move on to slash right. So, which is this one right here. Drag all of these into our slash right game object, like this. Highlight all four, reset the sorting layer, reset the transform, and deactivate all four. And now the slash left, which is this one right here. Drag in the first picture, drag in the second, drag in the third, and drag in the fourth. I'm going to highlight all four of them, change the sorting layer to player, reset the transform, make sure that it's in the right spot, and deactivate. So now what I want to do is I want to activate all of these in our animation here. So the way we can do that is let's just highlight our player. Let's start with this slash down, since it's the first one in our animations. I'm going to drop this down so I can see all of these here. So what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and hit record here. And on our very first animation, I don't want our sword to be showing. Because if you look at him, he's kind of in this ready position, like he's about to draw a sword. I don't want our sword out, because if in this first animation, if I just uncheck record and go ahead and activate this here, this already has this slash swoosh effect thing going on here when he has his arm over, like his sword's still sheathed. So I'm just going to leave that blank. So I'm going to hit record again, move to our second little animation here when he has his arm fully extended. And on our first sword image here, I'm just going to activate it right there. And you'll see that that creates another little node down here saying that it got activated. So now what I want to do is move on to the next frame, and I want to deactivate that sword. Move on to the second image for the sword and activate that one. I'm going to move to the fourth frame here. I'm going to deactivate that sword, go to the third image and activate it. And then I'm going to go to the last frame here, deactivate that, and then activate the fourth image here just like that. And then just one little notch next to that last frame, I want to deactivate that last sword, just like that. And now we can stop recording, and for some reason it is all of these are active. So what I want to do is go back here onto this first frame that we activated our sword, and I only want this first one activated. So I'm going to uncheck all of those. I'm going to move to our next frame, I'm going to do the same thing here, uncheck all of these except for the second one. This one right here, I only want that third one activated. And the last one that is activated. And this very last little sliver of a frame, we want none of the swords working. So if we go ahead and hit play, that looks pretty cool actually. So, and you can see it cycling through all of the sword images here, which is exactly what we want. So, and we're just going to go ahead and do that for all of our slash animations. So we're going to go to slash left, close this down, find our slash left, hit record, go to the second image in our frame, activate this first image, go to the next frame, deactivate it, activate the next one, go to our next frame, deactivate that image, activate the next one, the last one, deactivate it, and activate that last one, and just a little bit past that, we're going to turn that off. Now, I will bet that once we stop recording and we go back in here, all of those are checked again. So let's just go ahead and quickly turn off those, turn off these ones, turn off that, and that's fine. Perfect. So then let's hit play, take a look at it, make sure it looks good. Perfect. And we can move on to our slash right animation. So we're going to do the same thing here. I'm going to close this down, slash right. I'm going to hit record, move on to this frame, activate that sword, move to the next one, deactivate, activate the next one, move to the next, deactivate, and activate the next one, and the last one, deactivate, activate, and turn it off at the very end. And go back here because all of these are probably checked again, and uncheck all the ones that we don't want to be showing, just like that. And we can test that out, just like that. And that looks pretty good. And our slash up. Hit record, move to the second frame, activate the first image, move to the next frame, deactivate it, activate the next image, move to the next frame, deactivate that image, and activate the next one, and the last frame, deactivate, and activate that. And of course, turn this off at the end. Stop recording, double check all of these frames, and uncheck all of these boxes here. Move to the next one, uncheck these ones. And I don't know why Unity is doing this, but it's kind of annoying, but it's not a huge issue. So hit play, make sure it looks nice, and I think that is good. So perfect. Now we have our 4 directions for our attack animation all set up. And I think that's going to do it for this one. In the next video, what we'll do is we'll set all of that up in our animator. We now have these 4 slash left, right, up and down animations here. But we're going to deal with all of that in the next video. So if you're enjoying the series, please be sure to like and subscribe down below. Make sure you hit that notification bell icon so you can see whenever I post a new video. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of the series. Let me know what you want to see in this series. If you know how to do something better, please share it with me. I'd love to know. But until then, I will see you next time.